Eagles and the Commanders coming up next.
We're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River. We've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. Today, it's week 4. We've got what should be a great one here between the Washington Commanders and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at the Eagles. Well, they're pacing the NFL in passing yardage this season, but a tough test awaits them to stay in that top spot as they face one of the league's best secondaries.
And partner, with how they've played this season, both sides are awfully confident they'll be able to put up big-time numbers. I think this is going to be a very entertaining game just because of that. So let's say it together. Eventually, something's got to give.
A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And a look here now at their 4th-year quarterback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Throwing to start the drive. Russell. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. 3rd play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Russell. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Griffith. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. And he's got some space here. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. Get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Russell toward the sideline, and he will have the 1st down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Gibson. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle, but collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Russell. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Commanders are on the board first here this afternoon.
Could not have scripted it any better. And many offenses do script their opening possession on offense. They followed that one perfectly. Took the ball right downfield and scored, giving energy not just to the offensive unit, but to their team overall.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Throwing on 1st down, Wilcox. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards and a 1st down for Philly. Off play action. Wilcox. Rolling to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Dancing, and he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, they've been fighting and scratching and clawing for that first sack in the game, and it turns out to be a big one. Not just a short one right there behind the line. First one they get, 10-plus yards on a guy who has the legs to escape most of these.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Wilcox. And he's got his man in stride, complete. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
If your sympathies lie with the defense, you understand how tough it is for linebackers to run with a guy like this. He's going to slip out of the backfield and then work in the middle of the field. And sometimes those defenders get preoccupied with other people moving, and he finds open space and makes a nice play.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. but I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A first down there on a pickup for 25.
It's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Richardson. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll keep it on the ground. Richardson. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Well, they'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they get the 3. It was 4th and 1, and yeah, I think you were doing what I was doing. I was looking down at the sideline. I'm not sure the offensive unit wanted the 3. They wanted to go for it.
But when have we ever seen a unit that didn't want to go for it in that situation, right? Sometimes it's just way more important to have the points on the board than to worry about any type of a gamble.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Wilcox. And that's off the mark, incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. Wilcox. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. On 1st down, Groves. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Wilcox. And this one complete to Burnett. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. This defense for the Commanders, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And they will not cut into that 10-point lead. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And now 2 yards to go on third down. Back to throw. Russell. Hard throw. Incomplete. Washington going to send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A big play there for Philly. 41 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Groves. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. That's just why I don't play in points per reception fantasy league.
Is that what they call PPR?
The receiver still gets a point there. Yeah. And you went that far back. No bueno.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Chase Young. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. This will be from 49 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
So here is Washington now to take over. They defeated the Patriots last week, now looking to make it 2 in a row here as they come up 1st and 10. After the missed kick, they're in really good position. They'll begin this drive at the 39 now. A little jet sweep to start the drive. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Russell. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Russell. Throw left side complete. That's Richardson. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. No gain on the screen there, and 2nd down.
Complete to number 16. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Wilcox. Throw left side complete to Burnett. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
A gain of 10. Brings up 3rd and
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And his kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So it was 4th down and 1 in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little bit surprised that that's exactly what they decided to do. I kind of thought that they would go for it in that situation. But sometimes I'm sure you just think to yourself, take the 3 points, put them in your pocket, and move on.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Washington offense going back to work. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Buying time to his left. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Washington going to send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. And a fair catch is called for. He will take it in to give his guys some excellent field position here. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it. Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
Looking to throw on second down. Wilcox. Man open left side is Brown. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
That's interference. Defense.
So the penalty declined, and they will keep the yardage on the completion.
And you could almost see him compartmentalize there throughout the route. Fought hard at the line of scrimmage, a lot of hand checking throughout the route. Great job staying focused on the football and pulling it in through the contact.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And that'll bring them back within 4. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to drive a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On first down, Russell. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Russell. And that is caught. It's Winslow. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw. Russell. Forced. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And this will not have the distance to get there. Short, no good, just under the crossbar. And this will stay a 4-point game.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Throwing to start the drive, Wilcox. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Wilcox. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Wilcox. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Wilcox. And he's going to have the hook up to Burnett. And he is going to have an Eagles first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Back to throw again. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. Wilcox under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. And his kick is indeed good, and that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in Week 4. Second half kickoff, ready to go. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Wilcox escaping the pressure right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, CD, that's a huge play by this defense in a close ball game. I think he was trying to just extend the play. They're getting outside the pocket, but he throws a costly pick 6.
Yeah, he's trying to find someone open. You're exactly right. He wasn't looking to run. He was looking to throw. The result, Not good for him. They were more than happy on the defensive side to gather that one in and take it to the house.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 8. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And out and out come the Eagles. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And the ball is knocked out. And it's Washington that scoops it up.
Wilcox with the pass. Complete. Fumble on the play.
And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
Eagles 9.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Wilcox. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Wilcox. And his throw is incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Wilcox. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And now a high kick trying to pin them back. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Throwing on first down. Russell. And Winslow brings it in over the middle. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Complete to number 86.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Richardson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
Holding. Offense. What's up, man?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Back to throw. Russell. Quick slant. Dotson. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Richardson. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Richardson. And he'll get this one down to about the 17.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
To throw on 3rd down. Russell. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
The commander's going to bring out the field goal unit from the right hash. It's a 46-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet. But that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilcox. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Fair. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Up the middle they go. Groves. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as good running gets him to about the 44. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Looking to throw. Wilcox. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That one unable to develop. Never got going. A loss of a couple. And it's 2nd down. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Now a handoff up the middle. Byer. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Washington going to send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this 2nd half. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12. Back to throw. Wilcox. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw on second down, Wilcox. Now they go screen. It's complete. And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's third down.
To number 16. It's a gain of 3. Brings up third.
Looking to throw. Wilcox. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. The false start backs them up 5. First and 15. Back to throw. Wilcox. And this will be caught by Brown. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
A gain of 7. It's second and 8. At the
They'll look to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Flush to his right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
On first and 10, Wilcox. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
10 yards on the pickup.
Looking to throw on second down, Wilcox. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on third down conversions. They need a yard here. Looking to throw. Wilcox got a man. It's Brown. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 33. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Groves. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Wilcox. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That's a gain of 4. Brings
Looking to throw. Wilcox. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. A give to the fullback on the dive. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. On the handoff, they start with Richardson. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. Here's Richardson. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 2 straight runs of 5 yards, 1st and 10. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. They run with Richardson. Room here to run. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Taken down at the 43-yard line.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Richardson. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 91 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. On 2nd down now, it's Richardson. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
5 yards on the play.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Richardson. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
So a victory here for the Commanders. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Washington, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll return home next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints.